So, let's talk about artificial intelligence and how it's trying to make sense of the absolute chaos of our digital world. Social media has become this gigantic, ever-expanding ocean of data, right? And AI, well, it's the revolutionary tool that's finally letting us figure out what's going on beneath the surface. Let's dive in and see how it works.
To really get a handle on the scale we're dealing with, let's start with a number, a really big number. As of 2024, there are 5.24 billion people using social media. That's more than 2/3 of the entire planet, all connecting, sharing, and creating a tidal wave of data every single second.
And how are we all doing this? Well, overwhelmingly, it's through the little supercomputers in our pockets. A staggering 99% of social media users are logging in on a smartphone or a tablet. And get this, 78% use only their phones. This mobile-first world is completely shaping the content we see and create.
And believe me, this trend is not slowing down. Not at all. Projections are showing that by 2027, the global social media club will have nearly 6 billion members. Our digital world is just getting bigger, louder, and way more crowded.
So, what's the upshot of all these users? It means we are quite literally drowning in data. Every single post, every video, every comment adds another drop to an ocean of information so unbelievably vast, it's impossible for any one person to navigate it alone. And it's not just the sheer volume of data we have to think about. Our behavior is changing too. Just look at short-form video. You know the stuff on TikTok and Instagram Reels. It's 2.5 times more engaging than longer videos. And that shift completely changes the game for what brands have to create and what analysts have to measure.
Which brings us right to the heart of the problem. You've got billions of users creating trillions of data points in these formats that change all the time. So how can anyone, a business, a researcher, anybody, find anything meaningful or actionable in all of that digital noise?
And this all boils down to a pretty tough truth. The old way of doing things is officially broken. Trying to manually sift through mentions, track what people are feeling, and spot trends, it's not just hard anymore. It's basically impossible. The scale has just completely outgrown our human ability to keep up.
But this is where the story gets interesting. When human analysis hits a brick wall, we have to turn to a new kind of intelligence. So, enter AI. It's the only tool with the raw power and speed to even begin to tackle the data avalanche of modern social media. It's a total game changer.
Okay, before we go any further, let's just quickly nail down what we mean when we say AI. At its heart, it's a machine-based system that we design to make predictions or decisions to reach a goal that we've set for it. It's all about mimicking human skills like learning and problem-solving, but doing it on a mind-boggling scale. And, while it feels like AI just exploded onto the scene overnight, it's not new at all. The groundwork for this was being laid way back in the 1950s with ideas like the Turing test. The actual term artificial intelligence was coined in 1956. From Deep Blue beating a chess grandmaster in the 90s to the generative AI we all know today, this has been a long time in the making. So how does AI actually perform its magic on all this social media data? Well, we can break it down into 3 main functions, or as I like to call them, superpowers. We can remember them with the DAV framework. That stands for discovery, analysis, and visualization. I want you to think of AI as a digital detective. First, it discovers the clues. It goes out and finds all the relevant bits of data. Then, it analyzes those clues, connecting the dots to figure out what it all means. And finally, it visualizes its findings, basically presenting the case in a clear, compelling way. Let's take a look at each of those steps. All right, step 1, discovery. This is all about speed and precision. Imagine a human analyst spending weeks, maybe months, just cleaning up data. AI can sift through that entire mountain of information automatically to find the important signals and just filter out all the noise.
So what does this actually look like? Well, it means AI can automatically clean data. Getting rid of duplicates, fixing typos. It can spot these complex, hidden patterns that a human would probably miss. It can see a trend bubbling up on TikTok before it goes mainstream. Or it can pull together every single mention of a brand from all corners of the internet.
Okay, so once our detective has gathered all the clues, the next step is analysis. This is where AI moves beyond just finding information and starts to actually understand it. It interprets what the data means and can even start to predict what might happen next. And this analysis comes in a few really powerful flavors.
For instance, predictive analysis can try to forecast how successful a video might be. Sentiment analysis can figure out not just what people are saying, but how they feel. It can even detect things like sarcasm. And image analysis can literally find a photo of someone using your product out in the real world.
And that brings us to the final step, visualization. Because let's be honest, insights are totally useless if you can't understand them or explain them to someone else. This is where AI helps turn all those complex findings into simple, interactive visual stories that pretty much anyone can get.
So, instead of you wrestling with spreadsheets for hours, an AI can automatically say, hey, here's the perfect chart for this data. It can build these incredible interactive dashboards where you can ask questions and dig deeper into the details. It can even show you visualizations of what it thinks the future might look like. It's pretty amazing. And this all leads us to the really big picture stuff. The future of analytics isn't coming, it's already here, and it is incredibly powerful. But as the saying goes, with that kind of power comes some very, very serious responsibilities we have to think about.
And like with any powerful technology, there are two sides to this coin. The opportunities are massive. Hyper-personalized experiences, a deeper understanding of customers, real-time crisis response. But the dangers, the perils, are just as real. We're talking about reinforcing biases, spreading misinformation, and huge concerns around data privacy and the lack of rules to govern it all.
This quote from researcher Laeeq just perfectly captures the challenge in front of us. The goal isn't just to use these powerful tools to get answers. The goal is to do it responsibly, ethically, and in a way that actually helps people.
Which leaves us with one final and maybe the most important question of all. As we build these incredible AI systems to analyze every single corner of our digital lives, our habits, our feelings, our relationships, who is in charge of analyzing the AI itself? Who's making sure that it's fair, that it's transparent, and that it's actually working for us, not against us? That's the conversation we all need to be having right now.